What's up, everybody? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. For this Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, I'm your host, Russ Williams. So glad you could be here, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, I know you could have been anywhere in this world today. I know you could have been anywhere in this world today, but you decided to be here with me. And I appreciate that. And more importantly, I appreciate you. So, welcome to Transition Tuesdays, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, we have an action packed show planned for you guys. But before I start the show, I always like to state my intentions. And my intentions is to give you the opportunity to laugh, smile, think, and engage in honest conversations about your life's transitions and beyond. So that's what we do here on Transition Tuesdays. Also, if you join the show, I'll shout you out live in stereo, okay? So I'll do that. But I want to give you guys a soul clap first for making it here, man. Each and every Tuesday. Each and every Tuesday. Here's what you guys do. You come, you step up, and you join me to have some fun, man. If I make your day, because you guys make my day, Transition Army, so I got to thank you guys, and I appreciate you guys. So I'm giving you guys soul claps off the bat. And again, when you join us, I will shout you out when you come aboard, okay? So let's get after it, my friends. In transition news, show host Jimmy Kimmel returns to late night TV on Transition Tuesday. And like I always say, something always goes down on a Transition Tuesday, right? Right. So Jimmy Kimmel's Live returns to the airwaves after having his show suspended last week. So ABC had removed the Jimmy Kimmel Live show after a top Trump regulator, and many conservatives said Kimmel inaccurately described the politics of the man accused of fatally shooting the right-wing activist Charlie Kirk. So what I'm about to read to you, this is from the Walt Disney Company, which owns CBS. I mean CBS. Oh my God, oh that's bad words. Which owns ABC, and it's said in a statement. Okay, and before I read that, on the check-in, we got Felicia from The Rock. What's going on, Felicia? Welcome, 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 Miss Sweetness, joining us from The Rock, checking in from the kitchen. All righty, I can't wait after the air. All righty, so let me read this quote really quick. So last Wednesday, this is from the Walt Disney Company. Okay, their quote is saying, last Wednesday, we made the decision to suspend production on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show to avoid further inflaming a tense situation at an emotional moment for our country. Unquote. Okay, so this is what went down. Now, again, Jimmy Kimmel is coming on live tonight. I'm going to check that out tonight. Hopefully everybody will do so as well. And I want to give you guys, Transition Army, the question I have for you, all right, in terms of this new news that's coming up aboard or coming up from us or for us, okay? Do you think having Jimmy Kimmel back on the air is a win for freedom of speech in America? Do you guys think this is a win? And speaking of winners, we got Dolores from Jersey on the check-in. What's going on, Dee Dee? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So I'll repeat the question again. Do you think having Jimmy Kimmel back on the airwaves, is that a win for freedom of speech in America here? Is that a win? All right. What do you guys think? Transition Army, what do you guys think? Okay, I can set it off beforehand. I think it is definitely a win for freedom of speech. Because again, I mean, that's one of the big amendments that we have here. Freedom of speech. You can say what you can. What you say. And also, like comedians, comedians can't be canceled. There's no hold bars for comedians. Jimmy Kimmel does his show. He's a stand-up comedian. They can say they can hide behind the freedom of speech, right? Okay. And so, what's next if we decide to take these amendments away from people? Exerting their freedom of speech amendment, right? What's next? Maybe musicians. What are we going to do? Have musicians have their music pulled from streaming because they might oppose the viewpoints of the president? I mean, we can't do that. Freedom of speech is very important. Freedom of speech is very important. And just looking at the dollars and cents of it all, Did ABC, did they have to come to a business decision? Because a lot of people, to support Jimmy Kimmel, a lot of people canceled, man, Disney Plus and Hulu. So they canceled that. So ABC was losing billions of dollars, like per day. So could that have been some pressure on ABC to bring Jimmy Kimmel back? So we can, really adhere our freedom of speech, the best way? Could have been. There's always power in the dollar, you know what I mean? And the purse and pocketbooks reign big time. And speaking of big time, we got on the check-in. We got ESPN's own Uncle Smoothie is in the building. What's going on, Uncle Smoothie? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. So that's what I asked for you guys. Do you think, okay, Jimmy Kimmel is back on the air, right? Is this a win for freedom of speech here in America? What do you guys think? I just gave my viewpoint. What do you guys think? Okay? Because we can't censor people, because you oppose, number 47. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's just. And again, this might set a precedent that we can't do this, people. And again, when you hit people in the pockets, you know what I mean? People tend to react and respond to what's going on. So just ask her what you guys think on that matter as well. Okay? As Dee Dee said, this is a big win. This is a big win for freedom of speech. I agree with you, Dee Dee. Whole much, very much so on that as well. Yep. I definitely agree with you on that one. Okay? Yeah. Hey, so let's do this while you guys are contemplating that. Let's also transition on to this other topic as well, okay? And I'll take your comments and I'll read them online while you guys are pondering that fact, okay? Just put it in the comment bar, okay? Auburn's basketball coach Bruce Pearl retires. So, head men's basketball coach at Auburn University is stepping down effectively yesterday, September 22nd, which was a Monday. Bruce Pearl was at Auburn University for 11 years. It's my favorite number, 11 years, right? And Pearl will move into an ambassador's role at Auburn University in the Auburn Athletic Department as a special assistant to the athletic director. So this is what Bruce Pearl is going to be doing, right? He's going to be doing that as well. And also with Bruce Pearl, now he's linked to be a potential Senate run for a potential Senate run in the state of Alabama. He might do like a Tuberville, like that's what Tuberville did, who was a football coach at Auburn as well. He went into politics, and I believe he's currently a senator there in the state of Alabama as well. So Bruce Pearl will hand over the reins to his 38-year-old son Stephen. Right now, Stephen is only 38 years old. Okay, he is like groomed to take over for his dad, and his only coaching spells that he's had at a school at college basketball was under his dad at the University of Auburn. So they are getting ready for that. I guess this was like a, spur of the moment type of thing. But again, they have made the decisions and they're ready to roll from there, right? So, we're going to see how this goes. Bruce Pearl is a very celebrated coach. He believes in the passion. He was always a passionate coach. They just went to the Final Four this past year. I think he went to the Final Four 2 times in his 11 years at Auburn as well. He has more wins than losses. I know he coached at a Division II school as well. I think he won a national championship at the Division II school as well. So this guy is very decorated, a winner in there, but it ponders the question again. I have questions. We always have questions here on Transition Tuesdays. Now, I want you to think about this, Transition Army, okay? If you were Bruce Pearl, would you go into politics after a successful coaching run? Would you go into politics in this climate? Would you do it? I don't know. Hey, and also we got on the check, we got my guy Steven, Eric Jackson on the check. What's going on, Steven? Welcome to Transition Tuesdays. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Steven, I'm glad I got you on the line. I see your girl Cardi B is back at it for her sophomore album. What you thinking? Are you feeling it? Because I know Steven, has a personal relationship with Cardi B. So, Steven, what you thinking about that new CD by Cardi B? All right? So, again, what do you guys think? If you were Bruce Pearl, Transition Army, you were Bruce Pearl, Would you go into politics after having a successful coaching career in basketball? Would you do it? Again, I can set it off. I can set it off. So in this climate, man, I personally would not do it. But again, if you're into serving, like he served all those years in college basketball, and if you look to serving your constituents, your constituents was Auburn University. But again, if you become senator, your constituents is going to be the whole state of Alabama. That includes the University of Alabama as well. So, you know what I mean? That might be a problem, might be an issue, but it all depends on the passion of Bruce Pearl. I think personally he could do it if he wanted to decide to do that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. It'd be up to him. But if it was me, I wouldn't do it. I stay away from politics. What's going on here. I definitely would stay away from it as well. Chris says, I think it's more about money and power. Are you talking about, Chris, the Jimmy Kimmel freedom of speech, or money or power in terms of ABC constituents? Maybe that is the case. And my guy Steven says, looking more of a NIL move, got to compete with other schools, big money bags. Yeah, maybe. I think Bruce Pearl, if you talk about Bruce Pearl there, Steven, I think he is done. I think he is done, coaching. I don't think he's going to go anywhere else. Again, he groomed his son to take over for him, which is a nice power move as well. We talk about power move. That's a big time power move and a flex, And Steven says, up to me in terms of the album. Thumbs up for me in terms of the album. Tour coming up soon. God willing. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's right. Cardi B is going on tour soon. Yep. I like the sophomore album. I thought it was very good as well.
Hi, everybody. Oh. It's me. I just want to say hi to everybody and happy September. And hello, Sister Dolores. We love you.
Oh, that is so cool.
My sister-in-law, D.
Appreciate you.
Sorry, honey.
No problem.
Okay.
We got Miss Sweetness on the check-in, impromptu style. I love it. Yeah. Talk about the Cardi B album really quick. A lot of pain into that one. A lot of emotional pain with her ex-husband and stuff like that. So a lot of pain. She really put her heart into this one, and it is streaming big time. I think it had like over 1 million streams already, like over like 3 or 4 days, man. So yeah, shout out to you, Steven. I know you're close with Cardi B. Keep giving us the updates on that as well with Cardi B, man. We really appreciate it, man. We really appreciate it. So ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, man, if we don't have anybody else commenting, which is cool, okay? If we were able to make you laugh, smile, and think during this broadcast, my good friends, you have accomplished something major today. Ooh, major today. So celebrate your victory. Celebrate your victory, all right? Make sure you celebrate your victory to the utmost of celebrating your victory, all right? If that makes sense. I hope it does. Let's see, Selector, what we got? Selector! Yes. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, hey, man. Hey, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for you watching Transition Tuesdays each and every Tuesday. I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. If you like this show and our past shows, go to our YouTube page, Transition Tuesdays, okay? And make sure you like and subscribe before you leave the channel. I'll greatly appreciate it, okay? If you haven't been following me, you can follow me on Instagram at Russ Will Transitions. That's Russ Will Transitions. With an S, you follow me, I definitely follow you back. You got my word on that, okay? You can also follow us on TikTok at Russ Williams, the number 11. Russ Williams, the number 11, okay? Make sure you do that. We're having a great time on there. Major corporate sponsor. Shout out to Sweet Candy Cafe, home of Southern Sweetness in downtown Lumberton, North Carolina. You just heard the owner, Mrs. Sweetness. She came on board there. Appreciate you, sweetheart. Right? So, show's about to end. So what I want you guys to do is head to sweetcandycafe.com to order your confectionery goodies. Your taste buds will thank you, and we'll thank you as well. All right? Steven says, definitely will do, Russ. Absolutely, Steven. All the best to you, brother. Appreciate you for all the times you come on, and everybody else who comes on board. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, Transition Army, as we say in parting, happy transitioning. We'll speak to you soon. Take care, everybody. God bless.